make things very interesting. And then I think about Ragland, and I think about Eddie Jackson and the crew, and I think about an Alabama squad that's missed about 52 tackles this year, which is like third most in the FBS. These brothers are no joke. Their defense is elite. They stop the run. They'll have somebody spying Deshaun Watson all game long. Whatever you're going to do in your passing attack, I can't foresee being that significant. And then I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about, and I understand that Derrick Henry's big time. He's the reigning Heisman Trophy winner. And we all know that he rushed for nearly 2,000 yards. And the brother is formidable. But you got some boys with some serious beef up front blocking for this dude. I mean, meat and potato dudes, okay? And I'm talking about when you got these boys in front of you creating those kind of holes. It ain't just about Derrick Henry getting beyond that line of scrimmage and into the secondary and breaking tackles. It's about Alabama's willingness to literally beat you down. And I think this is one of those situations, as much as I respect Clemson, as much as I love me some Dabo Swinney, and I think he's a tremendous coach with a tremendous program, they got a shot. I know it because Deshaun Watson gives you a shot. In the end, you're asking me to sit up there and say one dude is going to sit up there and roll over the tide. I can't see it. I just can't see it. I'm rolling with Alabama to win this game. I think the first half will be tight, but in the end, Alabama will wear them down, will grind them down. I'm picking Alabama to win 33-20.
33 to 20.
So the spread's 7, so you say they'll cover it fairly easily.
I think but it's going to be tight, but they'll pull away. Pull away. It'll be tight within 3 points, through a majority of the game, and then they will close the deal. Those meat and potato boys.
Yeah.
You can't pick against Nick Saban. We know that. Skip.
You know, I love on the show how you always pick the prohibitive favorite. It's just
I don't
so
always
easy.
do that.
You know?
I don't always do that. That's not true. Another falsehood you tell America, but go ahead.
I told you before the Orange Bowl, when my Oklahoma Sooners, again, born and bred an OU fan, were playing Clemson, Deshaun Watson, and you shamed me on the show because I wouldn't pick my Sooners with the courage of my convictions. Remember that?
And I picked Clemson, yeah.
You did. And the reason I had such doubts about my Sooners, number one, they were overrated because they gave up 313 rush yards to a not very good Texas team, lost to them. Remember that?
Yes, I did.
And then they beat Baylor's and TCU's backup quarterback. So I'm a little dicey here on that pick. Right. But the main reason I didn't love my Sooners was the man you brought up, Deshaun Watson, who destroyed my Oklahoma Sooners in the Orange Bowl. And we do not confer before these shows, do we?
No.
I told our producer, Brian Bork, get me some VY footage ready because I need a little B-roll of Vince Young in what I thought was the greatest individual performance I've ever witnessed in college football. One man took over one game against Reggie and Matt Leinart and Lindale White and company. That night at the Rose Bowl,
By the way, that one touchdown Vince Young just ran
That's
for.
it for the game winner.
Deshaun Jackson should have watched that play before yesterday's game.
Yeah.
Okay, but go ahead.
Yeah. So...
How you get into the end zone and extend it beyond the goalpost.
As you know, Vince Young took over the game in the fourth quarter. The final score is 41-38. But Vince ran 17 yards for one touchdown, and then on 4th and 5 from the 9-yard line with 15 seconds left in the game, he ran for the one we just saw to win the football game. Deshaun Watson, if my pick is going to prove true, is going to have to go Vince Young on Roll Tide. And I think he can do that because this kid is a cool customer and a shrewd operator. He is flat out slick. And I'm going to remind you, you say they got to spy him. You can't spy Deshaun Watson. He's the other running back. So over the last 3 games, you realize he's had 18 designed runs a game over the last 3. You realize that 5 of the last 6 games, he's gone over 100 yards rushing. Guess how many 100-yard quarterback rushers Nick Saban has allowed in his tenure at Alabama? How about 0? Zero. So I'm going way out on a limb here. I like the 7 points. If I were a betting man, you gave me the 7, I would take the 7. But I'm going to go one step further out onto the limb. I'm going to go 28-27 Clemson, because I think, thank you, I think that Deshaun Watson is so shifty, so slick, that he can figure out ways with the help of Gallman as running back. They have 2 running backs, those 2, that they will just pack away, control the ball. He can throw it a little bit. I'll also remind you, Alabama led the nation in sacks this year with 50, so they're going to be coming from everywhere. Go ahead.
Here's what I would caution you about, sir. And you know I defer to you when it comes to my college football, because you're the one that got me watching college football religiously. I never watched college football religiously until this man got me watching college. I always give you credit for that. I've never seen anybody methodically beat a Nick Saban Alabama team. Big plays will hurt you. Ezekiel Elliott and those boys for Ohio State doing what they did last year. But you don't nip and tuck away at Nick Saban and Alabama, those boys. Oh, no. You got to make stuff happen. You got to be home run hitters. You can't play small ball and beat Alabama with Nick Saban. Not them brothers. And the way you talking about, they can methodically march. Oh, no. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. It's not going to work against Kirby Smart. It's not going to work against Nick Saban. In order for them to, if Clemson is going to win this game, it is going to be because Deshaun Watson goes berserk, whether it be throwing the football or running the football, and big, huge plays take place. The methodical, wearing. Oh, no. They're gonna have to hit home runs in order to beat Alabama. That's the only shot they've got. You ain't wearing down Alabama. It ain't Nick Saban with 11 days to prepare. Oh, no. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Not Nick Saban's got 11 days to prepare for this game. Nick Saban? Oh, it ain't happening.
Do you know how many times I'm watching my Sooners that night in the Orange Bowl, and it's 3rd and 6, and all of a sudden Deshaun makes a play, and I say, we had him. I get it. This might be as great a front 7 as we've ever seen in college football. They're going to have 4 high first-round picks in their front 7.
That's right.
And I'll remind you, I threw this stat at you the other day. Alabama has 43 former Under Armour high school All-Americans on its roster.
Right.
Clemson has 8. So this would be a monumental upset. But I think that this kid is so good at what he does. He's so sly and so shifty that I think he has a chance to keep that defense off balance.
And I think he will do so for a vast majority of the game. But them meat and potato brothers wearing them down is going to disrupt his consistency and his fluidity. You got to remember, you got to be in the game. You got to feel yourself. You got to work through the cobwebs and all of this other stuff. Well, how you going to do that if you're on the sideline watching the meat and potato boys steamrolling over? And don't get me wrong, Clemson can play. I don't want to come across as but those are some big boys, man.
Do you know what Alabama's mascot is? You're such a Roll Tide fan. It's an odd one. It's the elephant. Do you know why it's the elephant? Because back in 1930, some sports writer called Alabama, to your point, the red elephants, because they just bulldoze over people like elephants, okay? So guess whose mascot of his high school was called the Red Elephants? Deshaun Watson played at Gainesville, Georgia High School, and their nickname,
How funny.
Red